pickup winding today. Here's the pickups. I already wound this one. A multimeter to test them. Damp rag for when I solder them to clean my tip. Get some solder, get some flux and a little brush to brush it on. 24 gauge coated black and red wire for the pickup leads. Double stick foam tape to stick the pickups on. Sandpaper to make sure it's sanded smooth. My punch counter. Under that orange tape is a little magnet. Every time it passes that eye, it counts another turn. My light so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Here's my spool holder. That's 44 American wire gauge, poly coated. This is a little tensioner. It's just washers padded with some felt and some wing nuts to tighten it. Gets guided through there. Comes up over my little bar here, and you'll see. I'll pinch it with my fingers, and these little washers keep it in line with the bobbin as it's winding. Over here is my crock pot with wax. I'm heating the wax so I can wax pot the pickups once they're all wound, soldered, and tested. Before I start winding, I'll make sure these little lead eyelets are reamed out. It's like threading a needle. I'm sure there's nothing that's going to prevent my wire from passing through there. Sand off any little nubs. Like sand inside the pickup. So there's nothing, any little thing will catch that wire. It's as thin as a hair. This is what, 150 grit sandpaper. Two of them. This is going to be a pickup set, so I'll prep them both right now. Good. Looks good. So this is going to be a set. I've got to decide which one's going to be the neck and which one's going to be the bridge. I'll make this one more. I'll make this one the neck pickup. So put a little piece of double stick foam tape on the face. I can mount it. The center. I'm not worried about ruining the finish on them. I'm going to sand them and do another coat of shellac anyway. See that? It's as thin as a hair. Bend a little hook on it. And it's going to be fed through this eyelet. I'm going to get a needle threader. I think that makes this easier. I don't have one right now. piece of masking tape to hold it. Run the wire over my little guide bar here in between these washers. Mount this as centered as I can to the face. Make sure my counter is zeroed out. Align these washers. So I don't know if you can see the wire. And I align these little rubber washers to keep the wire guided in between that bobbin. My counter's at 0. So this turns towards me. So I want to give this a couple hand turns to start the wire so it doesn't yank it out when I start winding it. And you can see the counter is counting. Okay. I control it with a foot pedal. That's my preferred way. I got it started. Start off slow. Pinch it, my fingers lightly, and at the angle that you hold it at, as it guides over this wire, is going to tension it. The sharper the angle, the more tension you're going to get. And probably the hardest part of this is learning to not break the wire. How much tension to keep on that wire. This is 44 AWG. 42 is thicker, and that's a real common pickup winding wire. It doesn't break quite as easy as the 44. See, the coil's winding good. Wind it evenly. Get comfortable again. Feels like it's hitting a little there, so I'm going to adjust this over. You can feel it if it's hitting anything, if it's snagging up. If it snags, immediately stop and start unwinding until you can find where it's snagged up. This is a p90, so it's getting 10,000 turns. Singles, typically 5,000 turns. Humbuckers, you got 2 coils, so if you go 5,000 turns on each coil, you're going to get quite a high resistance. It's all what you want. Just like cooking. Everybody's got their own recipes for how to make these. Wire gauge, insulation on the wire, what the pickup is made of, the magnet composition, the magnet strength, the shape of the coil, the magnet orientation, so many variables. How many turns of wire, tall coil, short fat coil, 2,000 turns, going good. I find a nice comfortable speed to stay there, there's no rush. This motor will actually spin this pickup faster than that counter can count. You don't have to count the turns, but if you want it repeatable. And then when I'm making a set, I know I want 10,000 on the neck pickup, and I want like 10,500 or 11,000 on the bridge pickup. The bridge gets a little more winds because the strings don't move quite as much at the bridge. So a little more winds kind of compensates for that. This winder is actually made out of an acid cigar box and a sewing machine motor, controlled with a foot pedal for the speed. I made another one with a little dial dimmer. I didn't care for that. I prefer to control the speed with my foot. It gives me more control. Just keep kind of moving it back and forth slowly between the washers here. And it fills that bobbin really nice.
Certified correctly since 2005.
YouTube and idiot commercials.
90% of those must be.
Move the wire back and forth real slow. And it fills the bobbin nice and evenly. See how it's counting. I'm about halfway there. Definitely an exercise in anger management and patience. Doesn't that piss you off when these break? You gotta pull all the wire off and start again. I'll stop at 10,000. Coffee. Minutes? Yeah, it's going to be a long video. So that's what it takes to wind these. build a guitar from scratch, why not make the pickup from scratch, right? So many possibilities with them. 9,000 turns. It's a little pouch counter. I think it's about $13 on eBay or Amazon. Come on. I order my wire from Remington Industries. The magnet wire and the hookup wire for the leaves. It all depends on the magnets, what you want. I ordered these from Magnets for Less. Yay, 99, 10,000. This wire is so thin, I don't have to cut it. I just got a good hold of it and break it. I'm going to keep tension. Careful. Pull this off of here. Just going to wrap up this excess wire here. Feed this. Back it off a turn. Some wire to play with here. Put a little bit of a hook on it and feed it through this other eyelet. That's the finish. Look at that. Went right through. Pull it tight. Put a little piece of tape on it to hold it in place. I gotta wind the other one now for this video. Solder this one up. So I don't have the guitar handy, or do I? I do have the guitar for this one. I got about a foot of wire here. Leaves me some extra for wiring it up. So red positive, I use this. This will be the finish. The finish wire where it just ended. I like to feed it through this way. About a foot black, just as much as I have for red there. Put the black at the start of the coil because that's the closest, the wire is in the closest contact to the pole, so it kind of grounds them. It's not actually in contact with the poles. But I heard this is the helps reduce noise. You can add a piece of copper tape in contact with the poles and connect that to the ground if it makes you feel better. Why is it giving me such a hard time? This is giving me an awful time. Oh, there, I tinned the tip. See if that helps. Okay, fine. We're just gonna go in this way then. Went right through. What's going on here? It does not want to go through that way. It's fine. Go this way then. I prefer to put it through the top, but this one is not cooperating, so. Down the flux. Some people say to sand the finish off the lead wire there. The poly-coated wire. I heat this so much, the soldering iron, that it burns it off. Burns off that poly coating. I do strip this red and black wire. That real fine lead wire. I'll bother. Okay, it was a soldered. tip. Let's see what we get for a reading off of this thing. What's going on here? Kiloohms. Okay, get the zero reading now. 9.34. 9.34 kiloohms. That's pretty good. These twist these wires, keep them nice and neat, twisted together. Twisted neatly. Now peel this. And this excess onto it. This excess lead wire can just break off. Where my actual wire cutters are. Snip these little ends here. Just press it tight, nice and neatly. And take some tape. Tape that coil protecting it. Tape down, wrap it around that coil, protect that wire coil.
It's dinner time!
Fold laundry? It would be so much easier if I could just sell my clothes on Depop. Because there's no selling fees.
No sound.
When you're on a boat, it's a joyful exploration trip. You've left your problems on dry land.
If you want to find a place
taped. It protects it from any mechanical damage. The wax isn't quite all melted. Give that a few more minutes and I'll come back to it. Soak the pickup in there. File these a little bit. So nice and flat. So take the magnet. These magnets have a red line that marks the south polarity versus the north polarity. So I put this one, south polarity, facing the poles. I'm going to do the same with this one. I need both hands. I'll add a few drops of super glue to make sure they stay in place. That's south polarity facing south polarity. Usually they'll repel, but the attraction to the steel overcomes that repelling force. Added some super glue. I'll let that dry. The wax still wasn't quite ready. Wax is ready now. Pickup's going for 10 minutes. You can see the bubbles coming out of it. 10 minutes is a good time. Completely fills the air voids, glues those little wires together so it doesn't vibrate again, act like a piezo, like a microphonic. And it seals the moisture out. So give that 10 minutes. Bubbles are really slowed down. Still a few. 6 minutes. Give it a little longer. Just been in there for 10 minutes. Pump it out, clean it up a bit. And it's hot. That's sitting cool. Once that cools, it's ready to be installed into a guitar. You make the tops of them big and the bottom small. So you cut the hole, feed the wires in, and it just drops into place. And put a couple screws to secure them.